Thank you, my brother. Um, what's going on, everybody? To psychological Piece today, but I thought it was super important. Who do me a favor, Tim, mute everybody.
Got you. Give me 1 second.
I got you.
Mute all. Hopefully the
Don't worry about it. I'm good on it. So I thought it was important that I touch on this because why do we trade? What are we here for, guys? We are here to make fucking money. That's not holy. Let's not lie about that. And let's not, front. We're here to make money. But in everything you do in life is always a reflection of who you are, who you surround yourself with, what your environment is like, you know, your progression. If you're progressing, it'll show up in your trading. If you are lacking in your life, it will show up in your trading. And I just wanted to touch on this because, again, Tim spoke about it, and said that we do focus on the technical factors. That's very much true. When you're first starting out, you're super excited. You're like, okay, I got to analyze the markets. I have to see for what it is, and that's that. Not realizing that it's how view certain things. It's also your subconscious how you view things that is gonna take you into the part of your trading to see if you can handle, drawdown, handle losses. How you deal with things. And so I want to touch on a few technical points, and I hope I have some time. I might go over time a little bit, but bear with me. And the first thing I want to touch on is, again, why do we do this? We all want to make money, right? Somebody introduced us to it. We seen it. We seen what people were making. Some of us seen little money. Some of us seen big money. I seen big money first time around, and I was like, I got to get this going. And we start to look on Instagram, and we see all the big boys start flexing, right? The big boys sharing their supercars, their big houses, their lifestyles. They're always traveling. You're like, damn, they did that over Forex. Don't watch anybody's face. I'm part Jamaican, and Jamaicans have a saying, "Don't watch no face," right? So don't watch anybody's. Don't watch what anybody else is doing. Run your own race, because when you start to watch everybody else do what they do, you start to try to compare yourself, and you start to try to do things that they've been doing. You're trying to jump into chapter 20 when you're just reaching chapter 1. I remember when I first started with a couple of people, and they thought that this was going to save us. Like we weren't doing too well, and they was like, man, if they could do it, we could do it. And it's absolutely true. But you know, this is a journey. Building wealth is not a fast game, y'all. It's a journey. It takes time. It's not fast money. This ain't it. So when you see them boys on, or those girls on Instagram, and they're trading forex and they flexing, just know that it's probably well deserved, and don't get drawn into that. The media is good for that. Social media is good for that. But run your own race and look for your own consistency. Look to do things on your own type of time and live on your own pace, right? The next thing I want to jump into is treating forex like a job. A lot of people say treat this like a business. A lot of us never ran a business, right? Nobody knows what it is to really be in charge. So treating it like a job. A lot of times, again, we spend too much time on the technical factors, right? But it's all psychology. If you treat this like a job and you do what you got to do and you're in and out, you know, build some consistency, because your intention is different now. You're going to show up, you're going to do what you got to do, you're going to analyze it, and you're going to make it happen. Even if you're late, you're going to show up with that intention of, okay, I got to get this shit done, right? Sometimes we spend too much time on the charts, over analyzing, when really things could be very, 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 very simple, right? And that's where we fall into the pitfall of retail trading. That brings me to the third point: retail trading. A lot of us trade like retail traders, and we really have to understand this game on a high level. And that's why psychology is so big, because you're trading with banks. You want to learn how to trade like a bank. And in order to trade like a bank, you have to think big money. Keyword think big money. So when you're doing stuff in the market, you have to look at it and go, okay, is it time? Is it time? Is it time for me to enter? Is this ready yet? Did this do this? Did this do that? You want to move with the if and then concept. If this does this, then I'm gonna do that. If this does that, then I'm gonna do this. Right? Which brings me to the fourth point: patience. Patience pays. I always heard this, especially when I started trading. Patience pays. All right. Tim said the other night, and I've heard this: the market pays those who are patient and takes the money from those who are impatient. Right. And that's understanding the psychology. Everybody has this fear when the market is in a frenzy and it's moving fast, boom, 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 boom. Everybody's like, I got to get in. And they get in, and you're in a little bit of profit, and you think you're good. All of a sudden, the market pulls back. And it's like, I got you, dumbass. Should have been patient, right? Taking your time, really analyzing and making it simple. Take your time, right? Taking your time and being patient can give you the best entries, best setups, all right? And that goes into risk management now. Risk management. Risk management could keep you sane. Yeah, I do understand this. Over leveraging will keep you insane because now you're watching the charts too much. You're, back and forth. You're over analyzing. Am I good? Am I not? What's this? What's that? Risk what you're willing to lose. Take your time and risk what you're willing to lose. Again, we all here to make money, but we want consistency. You could have a great day. You could have a $3,000 day, a $10,000 day. In some cases, a $90,000 day, right? Like some people. But that one day could be overshadowed by other greedy losses, stupid moves because you weren't patient enough and you weren't using proper risk management. If you need help with risk management, by the way, Tim will it's in our group, in the signals group on the Telegram. Tim will repin it for you guys, and it'll help you out definitely. If you're looking for proper risk management. All right. But risk management is how you stay in the game. It's all about capital preservation. Do you understand, guys, that if you lose 70% of the time
70%.
with proper risk management, that you could still be profitable if you win 30%? That's crazy, right? But if you look at the numbers, it makes sense. It adds up. Okay. You could lose 70% of the time in the market. All you need is 30% profit. All you need is to win three times in the market. If you trade 10 times and you lose 7 times, all right, with proper risk management, you'll still have good capital preservation. And the 3 wins that you do maintain can make you profitable and overshadow all of your losses. Proper risk management will keep you sane. When you try to jump the gun, you're going to get shot. You're going to shoot yourself, right? That bullet will hit you. Don't go forward. It'll come out the other end. All right. So don't shoot yourself. All right. Take it easy. Take your time. Look for consistency. All right. 1 to 3%. And if you got over 60% of your wins, if you get at least 60% consistent, then you could talk about risking 5% on the trade. Right. That's a whole nother thing. So that brings me into another point now. Okay. Being balanced is the best way to take in information. Yeah, bro, this is probably going to be just the audio. I'm trying to run through different points, so we'll get on that. But yeah, this is mainly audio. So the best way to take in information is by being balanced. A lot of us spend a lot of time on the charts again, being technical analysis analysts. All right, trying to figure out if we got the best strategy. Looking to break down every pair, seeing what's going on, and sitting on the computer. But guys tell you something. Let me tell you guys something. I started trading back last year, May 22nd. All right, so I've made over a year, and I've added up the time, and I have amazingly and I'm probably dumbing down some of the numbers. I have just reached over 5,000 hours in charting time, and I just got to where I want to be. You would have thought that with all the time that I put in before, at least at 1,000 hours, 2,000 hours, 3,000 hours, I would have been where I wanted to be. No. Why? Because I sat back and crammed. Right? How did I build up 5,000 hours? Well, I was out of work for a minute, and I said, man, maybe Forex could save me. So I got to get this thing going. Wrong move on my part and others. So I put in as much time as I could. I was up for 3 days at a time, 2 days at a time. How? My brain was so fucking wired. I'm like, man, I got to get this going. And I was coming into new information. I'm like, yo, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. This could really, I can't wait. And you would have thought that spending all those hours, I would have retained all that information. And that was not the case. Because I treated it like a test. I treated this like a test. I crammed all of that information in. And every time I would get into the market, I would fuck up over and over. And I'm like, what did I do wrong? I'm like, oh, I did this. Oh, I did that. You want to take in information in bits and have a balanced lifestyle. I did this trying to learn this asset class of trading and didn't realize that being balanced was the best way to take in this information. Going out, having fun, um, you know, meditation, stepping away from the computer, exercise. I like to play basketball, I like to swim and other things. Go do those things. If share those hobbies, go do those things. If you like to fish, go do those things. You like working out, go do that. You like cooking, go do that. You like hanging out with your family, you want to go bowling, go do that. Because what happens is your brain, the neuroplasticity, your brain is not built like that. Your brain is built to take in information in chunks. What happens is just like, muscle, you can overwork a certain part of your brain. It could overfire. You could fire off a certain part of your brain, that frontal lobe, and all of a sudden you're burning out and you're not retaining anything and you're making all these mistakes and you're becoming over analytical. That's called analysis paralysis. Now you want it to be analytical, you want it to use the logical part of your brain, and now you're over logical, you're overthinking, you're burnt out. So being balanced, taking in this information will probably get you to where you want to be faster. Funny enough, y'all, I have a total of 3 mentors. One of my mentors has less chart time than me. And I'm like, what the fuck? How? How? Sway, how? How? And I'm like, damn, you just made 3,000 hours in 2 years? Word? Oh shit, I'm doing something wrong. You could be inefficient. Too many times we hear on social media, oh, sleep, you get sleep when you die. You could die now. Fuck is you talking about? You can die right now by getting lack of sleep. You could, you want to treat your body right. You know what I'm saying? So you hear all these gurus saying, oh, sleep, you don't need to sleep. You can fuck yourself up by not being proper, functioning properly. Your body needs rest, right? And anything you do, your body needs rest. You need to recuperate. So when you hear this shit about, oh, you don't need all that sleep. Sleep is for, no, shut up. Shut the fuck up. You're not living my life. You don't know what I do. You don't know the stress that I'm dealing with. There's other factors at play, guys. Some people built businesses and didn't have to worry about capital. Some people did things and did it different than others. You see billionaires all the time, rich people all the time, put their health at risk. I did that. Quick story. I put in so much time with this that my immune system broke down and started to destroy my hair follicles, which caused me to bald a little bit. Right? Luckily, my hair grew back. But I had patches of hair, and that's an autoimmune disease, meaning that your immune system is working against you, all because I was trying to get this shit down. I never did nothing like this in my life, and I never been so excited to get something down like this in my life. So doing this, really put me in a position where I was risking my health, you know? So, and guess what? I didn't even move efficiently because I wasn't even getting it down like I wanted to. So I'm all fucked up in the game, right? All, as Gucci Mane would say, lost in the sauce, right? You lost. You could be so much more efficient. We are in a golden age, guys. People are teaching people how to read faster, how to retain information much better, how to do things at a more efficient rate. So you don't need to go hustle and do all the extra shit. I have a real estate mentor who is a highly functioning autistic, and he owns over 300 units. You know what he told me? He said, I don't hustle anymore. I used to do that, but I don't hustle anymore. He could barely, like, he still has trouble reading and writing, so he draws out everything to make everything simple. Raises $20 million in capital because he draws it out and makes it much more simple. Goes back to the idea of simplicity, you know. So you guys gotta understand, being balanced will get you better results. Because when you come back to it, you can have a much better, fresher mind. You know, again, going back to neurons and neuroplasticity, when you overfire your brain, the neurons actually explode. It's a negative effect. And when you're doing it right and taking in information the right way, the neurons overlap properly and solidify and get much stronger. That's the scientific aspect of it, right? So you don't want to overkill yourself. Like, you all here to make money, but don't let money make you. You feel me? Fall back when you need to. You need to step back, step back. You know what I'm saying? And when it's time to shoot, then you shoot. Right? And be okay with where you are. You know? I don't know if you guys know, but some of these trading legends, these guys that traded high volumes of money, guys like George Soros. If you don't know who that is, that's the guy that made $1 billion in one day by shorting the GDP. He made $1 billion one day. I was listening to his right hand man, who's a well known trader as well, legendary trader as well, Stanley Druckenmiller. You guys can look at his interview. You can look him up. And Stanley Druckenmiller was the right hand man. When George Soros made $1 billion, he made like a couple hundred million. But here's the thing y'all don't know. A lot of bank traders, a lot of hedge fund traders back then had a very, very, very low winning ratio. You would think with all the money they made, they were top notch. They were the shit. Absolutely. They made a name for themselves. But they were not great traders like you think they were. Stanley Druckenmiller had a story where he said he went on vacation and George Soros blew his commodities account. So much so that he was ready to quit because it pissed him off. These guys' winning ratios was 40%, 30%. What made them great was that when they identified a move, they traded it aggressively. What they were good at was risk management, capital preservation, equity management. And it kept them sane up until they blew accounts. Okay? What you have to also understand too is that a lot of bank traders that trade in banks, Deutsche Bank, JP Morgan, all those guys, hedge fund traders, a lot of them, and they said this, there's a bunch of traders that said this. A lot of bank traders, when they leave the bank, they struggle to trade as retail traders by themselves. Why? Bank traders trade in a group. It's about 70 to 100 people in one room. And there's a senior analyst there helping them out to oversee their trades, right? He's overseeing the trades. But even then, the senior analyst has outdated technical points. So why do I say that? Going back to Stanley Druckenmiller, he said that first of all, Stanley Druckenmiller had one of the most successful hedge funds ever in existence, returning 30% every year. Out of 125 quarters, he only lost 5. That is sick. Sick shit right there. That's crazy. Out of 125 quarters, you only lose 4 or 5. So his returns back into his investors was amazing, but he had to shut down his hedge fund. Why? Because the market conditions started changing. This is what I'm gonna get into this next point. The market conditions started to change. So what happened was he had to shut it down because he said it was too emotionally stressful. He couldn't maintain. One of the best traders in the world, returning 30% of your money every year. Right hand man and George Soros had to shut it down because the trading game got too much for him. He said the fundamental factors and the technical factors were just too much. He couldn't even read it properly. Right? So the point that I want to make, that I was trying to make on on the psychological point, was the old school versus the new school, right? Old school legends versus the new school trading millennials. Y'all do. I don't know if y'all know, guys, but we are trading in some of the worst market conditions ever. We never had market conditions like this ever, and we're still, as millennial traders, able to be profitable, able to understand. Did you know that if you have 6 months of profitable demo trading, a bank will hire you? You don't even have to trade a real account. You could be a proprietary bank trader just off of having 6 months of wins. Real shit, Hobbs. Real shit. So it goes to show that where you are right now is not a bad place. You are better than some of the old school cats who have made a name for themselves and paved the way for us. And Wolf was funny, Tim is funny, and paved the way for us. You're better than a lot of them. Seriously, a lot of those guys don't even trade price action. They trade algos, robots. They program AIs, or they put together algorithms, which is like 7 indicators, and they just oversee it, and it tells them when to get in the market and when to get out. And here we are talking about raw price action. We don't even use indicators on this side. I hate indicators. I hate moving averages on my screen. That shit is annoying. To think about what you and I could do, right? So we are in a good space in the worst market conditions, trading it effectively. We're getting good, y'all. We're doing pretty fucking good. Okay. So that's pretty much most of the points I wanted to talk on. And the last point is mentorship. Who is who? That brings me back. That ties back into the Instagram gurus, because everybody's selling, everybody's marketing. I mean, we do it here sometime too. Shit, I ain't gonna. How many times I say, "Hey, hit up Tim," but I mean it genuinely. We here every Sunday, Tuesday. I'm late. I still pull up on this. Tim is late. He'll still pull up. We still here. You know what I'm saying? Y'all could reach out to us personally and still, ask us for shit and ask us what we think. You know, who mentorship? Who is who? I would boil so many motherfuckers out. No problem. I would boil so many people out. I would get at so many people because, again, we're here to make money. Some people have put up money that they could not afford, that they didn't even really have, that they borrowed. Some people traveled to go get mentorship and don't get the mentorship that they need, don't get the attention that they need to become successful. This is a real financial asset class, y'all. This is not no game. People make it look like it because they make it look easy and they're making big money. That's the side of Instagram. That's the shitty part of the social media. So you have to be mindful. I had to stop following a lot of big time traders, big names, because I'm running. I'm in my own league, baby. I'm doing my own thing. I'm glad you got that nice car. I'm glad you know what I'm saying. I'm happy for you. You worked hard. But if you're not willing to help me, then what the fuck are you doing? Why am I following you? This shit is redundant, right? So who are you listening to? People are good marketers. People will sell themselves and to sell you, right? People would sell themselves to sell you and sell out their courses and show off and, you know, separate themselves because they're aliens, so to speak. That trading is not for everyone. That's true. It's not for everyone who's not patient, but it is for anyone who's willing to invest in themselves. Guys, when it comes to health, because I'm big on holistic health. Shout out to Dr. Sabi, rest in peace. When it comes to health and wealth, financial literacy, I'll pay any price. So, you know, when you look at these guys and they, they're flexing and they're doing all of this and they're not willing to even answer you, who are you listening to? Why are you listening to that? Why are you listening to that person, that girl, that guy? They living their life and you struggling to live theirs. There's people who have a lot of followers, and a lot of people big them up, but they can't even approach that. They big up their mentor, but they can't even approach them to ask them a question. Don't even got their personal cell number. Me and Tim hang out regularly. We smoke hookah. We talk shit to each other. You know what I'm saying? Joke around because that's my bro at the end of the day, and that's still my mentor. You know what I'm saying? Who are you listening to? You know what I'm saying? We came into this game to make money, to change our lives. Because when we saw what other people were making, we saw that same vision for ourselves, right? We saw the same vision for ourselves. Hey, if they could do that, I could do that too. I could really change my life. And here you are getting bamboozled. Do yourself a favor and unfollow those guys and sit in your own corner and root for yourself and champion yourself because this is your journey for you to change your life, for you to change your lineage. And they playing games with you, right? Hit that unfollow button. Lighten up your load real quick. Some of y'all got too much people on your news feed not doing nothing for y'all. You know what I do to people that's on my news feed when I see too much hookah smoking, too much henny sharing? You get muted. I fuck with you. You're a friend, but you get muted because you're basic and you're not helping me. Are they helping you? Who are you listening to? I had a little bit more on me. I had a little bit more, but I had a little strenuous day today. You know what I'm saying? I could go off top a little bit more, but that's the stuff that I wanted to touch on, y'all. God bless you, bro. Appreciate it. That's the stuff that I wanted to go over, y'all, because in this game we could really get caught up. I'm tired of rooting for people. No shade to them, but it's time to root for yourself. It's time to root for people who fuck with you, who's on your team, right? Bonus training. Who's on your team,
Facts.
right? Who's on your team? I want to see all of y'all when y'all here, and I see a lot of you guys pop up over and over and over. It's not by mistake. You want to win just as bad as I want to win, or the next person. You want to make that 7K a day. You want that 100 grand a week. You know what I'm saying? And even if you don't want that, you want consistency. I get that. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. At the end of the day, like I said, don't watch no face and do you. Stay in your own lane. Develop your own consistency. Worry about yourself. And when you get to that level that you need to get to, share that wealth. Help somebody else. Give the game. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a true blessing. Being able to help somebody change their lineage and, change their lives. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to go to the French Polynesia by myself. I don't want to go to Japan by myself. I don't want to go skydiving by myself. You know what I'm saying? I want to know that I could call y'all and be like, "Yo, pull up," because we are winning together as a conglomerate. Not me posting my supercar and we all having a meetup, and I'm the only one with a nice car, and y'all came on a skateboard. Metro transportation, subway. That shit is corny. Seriously. You gotta wonder if some of these cats even pay the bills for some of these students. Pay the food bill at least. You feel me? With that being said, that is that. That wraps it up. Run your own race, do you. You know what I'm saying? You could hit us up anytime you like, you know. And I'm glad I could, share some truth with you guys. I'm glad if you're getting some value out of this. But that's what it is. I'm here to be real. I'll play music when I come on here. I'll turn up. You know what I'm saying? We'll have fun because we are human, you know, and we all here, something all brought us here together tonight. And we all here to win, right? That being said, that is that on psychology. No problem, bro. No problem. Anytime. Anything you want to say, Wolf?
You are not setting me up for an air ball, bro. I'm not. I am not coming in after that one, yo.
Well, absolutely, man. Absolutely. Seriously, man. No problem, bro. No problem. No problem. I'm glad you guys got some value out of that. That's what we do. That's what we're here for. And seriously, we out here. You know, I guess I don't know if you would do anything, Tim. Anything you want to say? Last words.
Yeah. Yeah, one thing I do want to say, I'm not gonna get into psychology at all, and just from my journey and where I came from, and watching you grow, going from obviously friend first, a student of mine, and I'm telling you, the road that you're going on you're on a road to $1 million. And why do I say that? And it's not because you send me charts. This is how I know the difference between a person that's about to hit $1 million or six figures is not the charts they're sending me, but it's the words that are coming out their mouth. Now, if you get a new trader and you listen to the way they speak, you can determine how their trades are going to come out just off of what they're saying. And bro, you on the road to a milli. That's all. That's all I want to say, bro.
Appreciate that, bro. Thank you.
Yeah, bro. I have nothing, bro. I'm legit speechless. I'm proud to have you on the same corner as me, side by side. Just like he said, we're doing this together as a conglomerate. This is not about me. This is about we. And I'm just glad that you're coming along and fuck, fuck. But yo, I thank you guys for coming out. And it's crazy that this is the biggest turnout we've had this is the last 3 weeks we've been doing it. This is the biggest turnout, and it's for this exact Zoom that was supposed to happen. So I'm gonna leave it right there.
Guys, we appreciate you logging in. Take care. Thank you. Peace.
Peace.